one other quick thing, folks. I want to show you why we need White History Month. If ever we need it, White History Month, we need it now. And they need it in Europe. They need White History Month. This is from GB News. Alex Armstrong hits out a report revealing there are 72 schools. Listen to this. There are 72 schools in England without a single white British child. 72. According to this report, schools in England without a single white British child. Can we say America? Call it a shocking reflection of rapid demographic change. Watch this from GB News.
There is not a single white British child in 72 schools across England. In 454 schools, white British children make up less than 2% of the student body. White British children are also now a minority in 1 in 4 schools. That is data from the Department of Education reported by The Telegraph today.
That's happening in America. Do we need White History Month? If ever we needed White History Month, hurry up, July. We need it now. And we need Donald Trump to acknowledge White History Month. So notify him. Armstrong raised the question if there should be a White History Month in the UK. The word is getting around. Watch this.
I strongly believe this is indirect social engineering on a national scale. Tell me this. How does any country expect assimilation, let alone a shared culture, when thousands of children grow up in classrooms where white British identity is the exception, not the norm? Will there be a White History Month to help with these minority children to feel included? Will there be DEI initiatives to give them a leg up? Of course not. They're the wrong kind of minority, aren't they? And yet it seems if you even dare to raise these questions, the government now might label you as a potential terrorist. That's not hyperbole. That is the Home Office's own Prevent programme, including what they are dubbing cultural nationalism as a red flag for radicalisation.
That's not hyperbole. Amazing. That's coming to America.
Hyperbole.
Whatever.
That's not hyperbole.
That's not hyperbole. We're coming. Don't worry. We're on our way, Alex, to the UK to start our first White History Month over there as well. The word is getting around. If ever we needed to remind generations to come and generation past how white people founded and built the great countries around the world. Well, not around the world, but in the Western world. If it wasn't for white America, it would be S-hole countries. And now they are pushing you out of your own country. And you just sit back and let them pass law that says you can't speak up. And the more you tell you can't speak up, the greater laws they pass. Here's where he talks about how mass migration is affecting the UK. Watch this.
So let's be absolutely clear. Mass migration is driving down wages, jacking up housing demand, crushing the NHS, and putting enormous pressure on public services. Not forgetting costing the taxpayer tens of billions of pounds. And after all of that flagellation, we're told we can't discuss the failure of some to integrate. Further fueling division, isn't it? Riots and resentment. the kind we've seen erupting in cities across Europe, even here in the UK.
Isn't it? Isn't it? What y'all got to say about that? My experts.
It is actually a terrible story.
Really, it's as bad as those women speaking in tongues in front of the White House. I'm surprised the White House haven't collapsed. But what do you say about it, Hate?
I have anti-white fatigue.
Yeah. And why is it bad, Anchor Baby?
It really
They are
at this
experts
point.
on the Lee Peterson show, by the way. The host of the American Anchor Baby show at 11, and then the host of the Hate Report at 9 o'clock a.m., right after my show. Go ahead.
No, it's just at this point, it really is clear, at least for me, that it's at least for some in the government, et cetera, that they really do wish to see Britain, America. They say it openly at this point. They want to see white people go away. They want to see them go down. They believe that, like my shirt says, there's no such thing as racism. They say that these people, their racism is like within them. It's like if we got rid of them, we would get rid of all this oppression, this racism. So what they're saying now at this point openly is they want to get rid of Europe, of the white people.
But why? What's wrong with the whites that they allow these illegal aliens to come into their country? They founded and created the country, and they allow these people to come in and just take over like this. Hey, come here.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Well, that's the big question that's kind of been going around. What is causing this like suicide of these countries, of these people? I mean, it's been engineered, Jesse, I think, for years.
Yeah.
And this, you could say a number of things, but I think the greatest summary that we've had in for some time is this summary of anger. To summarize, if I may, because there's a lot to say, but that summary of an angry people can't see what is coming down on them. They can't help but blame the wrong thing. They'll always blame the wrong thing.
And then when they see it, they feel helpless to it. Like they believe that there's nothing they can do about it. And it's mind-blowing to me, Hake, that these foreigners can come into your country and change your rules, your laws, and run you over and take over.
Yeah. I was conversing with a frequent super chatter on my show about how we want people to come in, but legally. And then many of us don't even want people coming in legally even.
I don't want them in legally at this point.
Right. And part of that is because many of them do not care about the law. Many of the non-whites don't actually care at all about the law. And it's proven by them coming illegally.
Right.
And then the ones who come even legally, they don't even really respect our First Amendment, Second Amendment. They don't love white people. So it sounds racist and unprincipled to support like whites primarily in white countries, but it is principled to do that because of how the whites are compared to how these others are.
Well, white people should tell these folks, go home then if you don't like it.
Right.
You don't have to stay here. And why would white people expect these people to respect their law when they don't respect the law in the countries they left? They didn't do anything about that.
I think that many of the whites got spoiled and comfortable and forgot God and the truth. And so they were able to be convinced of all kinds of different things. So they fall into the intellect.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I've seen craziness. You think those women that was up there shouting, not allowed the Lord, that's crazy? But just top that. It seemed to be fear, though. It's just out of fear. I have never thought or seen that white people are this afraid.
there's been a brainwashing, and so the fear is built into the teaching. The fear and the hatred is built into the teaching for many generations.
Yeah.
So you didn't even recognize it as fear. It's just a brainwashing thing sometimes.
That's a very good point. It is. It's been taught so long, and the fear is in the teaching.
Because the government is against the people. You know, the whites are not making the babies, and so they have this excuse of, oh, we don't have enough workers. And then they also put so many people on welfare and unemployment, so they're spoiling the people. And so they're pretending, oh, we need bodies and workers and more heads to keep the money coming in. But these people aren't producing, for the most part, money. They're taking away money.
They get free money in our country.
But there's a way that people make money off of them in the short term because of the government.
Oh, yeah. So listen, folks, you better get your White History Month T-shirts. We're celebrating 8 years come July, and now you see why. We gotta keep at least fight a little bit. What? So get your T-shirts and get them now. Go to JesseLeePeterson.com/shop. We got to put it out there. We're not just going to lay down and take this. There's nowhere else to go. These people in our country and in Europe and over there, they didn't come from great countries that we can run to.